This is the closing down sale of the GSLP government, where anything goes and they're being reckless with your money, whether it's massive overtime or obstructionism of the principal auditor, or whether there is what the principal auditor deems improper or unconstitutional actions by senior officials or the chief minister, or whether there are payments being made to GSLP apparatchiks. Some of it raises very serious issues of mismanagement, of good governance of Gibraltar, and this is why change is so badly needed. And the underlying theme of this report is that nothing is changing under this GSLP, because not only is this a report that looks into 2018-19, a lot of the value for money audits conducted by the principal auditor brings everything right up to date. For example, the ex gratia payments are talking about payments that happened 2 months ago or 3 months ago. This is happening under a so-called regenerated lineup of the GSLP. The reality is that it's happening under the watch of the new leadership candidates. So nothing will change unless there is a change of government.
We're highlighting today the former principal auditor saying that the chief minister personally intervened to stop an anti-money laundering compliance audit of the savings bank. Tony Sacramento called it unacceptable, improper and unconstitutional on behalf of Fabian Picardo, that the chief minister acted in an unconstitutional way. Your reaction to that?
Well, I think it's very serious. These are harsh words by the outgoing principal auditor. When you read this report, you see this culture of obstructionism of the principal auditor. Not just in respect of the AML investigation he wanted to do on the savings bank, but repeatedly he says, pointedly, in different aspects of the report, that he's asked for information and he hasn't had it in relation to many of the ex gratia payments, the golden handshakes. He's asked for information, he hasn't got it from senior officials, from the government, really. Look, what he says about the chief minister is the culmination, no doubt, of a huge degree of frustration. Let's not forget that in the last principal auditor's report, he was complaining that he had asked to find out how the government had used £25 million and he was being stonewalled by the government. So this is a principal auditor that clearly has suffered a number of years of frustration, of obstruction by the government. It's very serious, he should say that, of the chief minister. Any serving chief minister of Gibraltar needs to ring-fence his role and not interfere with the roles of independent public officers. The principal auditor is an officer of the parliament who has constitutional duties that cannot be interfered with.
Let me play devil's advocate and ask whether your treatment of the speaker in the publication of this report has been dishonourable, as suggested by the government.
Nothing that we have said robustly on this issue is dishonourable. Indeed, it is our role to protect the democracy. It is our role to protect the constitution. It's our role to protect the people of Gibraltar. Seems to us that the chief minister could have laid the report, because he had it in his possession, on the 23rd of June. All of that did not happen because the government wanted to bury this report because they know what it says and they didn't want this to come out before the budget. It is our role to tell it as it is and to say it. The chief minister stood up and pretended to be an economic and public finances guru that was managing the public finances properly. This report proves the reverse, and that's why they didn't want it to come out.